one got announced, and I was like, I'm not sure either I want that one. But decided, yeah, I'll get it. So I didn't get in on the pre-order, but some of the retail outlets still have availability. So I figured, oh, yeah, I'll order it. So that's how I ended up ordering that one. And I thought, well, it's a switch locomotive, it's a tank locomotive, so it will be available sooner than the other tank locomotive that's coming at the end of the year. But obviously, if we look at this, you can see the slider in front that closes. Now I can select batch 2. That opens the second one. That's now empty. And if I press U again, I can now select the third one. But you have to wait till that door closes before you can tab through the unload doors. And you can't unload 2 things at the same time. Who would want to do that? I don't know. And Elena Jackson, good day and welcome to Saturday. Hope your Saturday is, oh good grief, going well. So anyway, that got done. I failed to notice how far we are with the shipping. Guessing that should be 48, 58, 64% done. And we'll drive it through the hedge again. Down the field. Well, that could be Eliana. I actually expected the cultivating to have been finished by now. Obviously not. I think we have enough room here for what's in the harvester, so I can turn that off and pop that up, turn that on, lower that, guidance and drive. We're doing good here. Mrs. Osa's sleeping. I'm having my morning Saturday relaxing session with Farming Simulator. And the small boy child is watching something on TV. I am a chill animator. See. Go. So anyway, we will be pushing this. I guess this is going to end up as the job for the day, because we still have a fair amount of this field left to do. I'm glad I don't own this field with the equipment that I have to do things. I mean, this is... oh, it's 15 hectares. Yeah, I think our biggest field is 6. Let's run over here. This is, yes, 6. I'm not surprised it's taking us this long, even with this huge harvester. Although that's, yeah, I don't know. Okay, cultivator is almost done. Is he still moving? Yes. Yes. Okay. Got 51% diesel left. What else? Don't know about anything, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Osa went out yesterday with a friend. Her friend likes bidding on auctions. So she ends up buying a lot of stuff. It transpires that she buys totes of things. And the reason she does that is because she wants the totes. Now, I'm not really sure that that's a good deal. You could go to the store and buy a tote for less than she's paying on the auction. I'm pretty sure. But she views it as she gets a nice tote, she gets some stuff in it. If she wants the stuff, she'll keep it. And if she doesn't want the stuff, she takes it off to Goodwill and gets rid of it. So, yeah. Her main thing is fabric and yarn. So if she gets a tote of fabric and yarn, she's going to keep most of that. But if she gets totes, if she gets other stuff, then she just passes all the other stuff on. And she ended up with some, what is it? Not an iPhone. Basically a Chrome tablet. And she gave it to Mrs. Osa because maybe she could use it. Well, it's a 2014 model. Doesn't run the latest operating system. So all of the apps that are currently on the App Store are being upgraded, and they're dropping support for the operating system that this tablet runs. So it's pretty much a paperweight. Mrs. Osa was thinking when she's in her craft room doing sewing or whatever, she'd be able to watch a YouTube video of someone doing a thing and be able to follow along. But the YouTube app doesn't work on it because it doesn't support that operating system. You need an update. You need to upgrade the operating system. It doesn't upgrade. You can't upgrade the operating system because the equipment's too old. Be like trying to install DOS on my computer here. It wouldn't work. So it's kind of a thing. Alrighty, another row. Here we go. And this one, I think we're going to end up full. Before we get very far at all, there's the trucks over there. Oh, now that's actually good timing. So we'll get the truck over here, get this unloaded, We've still got 3,000 litres, so we actually get quite a fair bit up the field. As soon as I start unloading, we can go and deal with the cultivator and move that over to my field and start it working on my farm. There it is. And we're at 18,000, so it's gonna be easier to let this one run. Hey dude.
Hi.
What's happening? Okay. When you getting dressed?
No.
Okay. And 7, 2, 1. Extend that. Again with the truck. Keep pressing the wrong button, but that is the tractor I want to be on. So he's still doing the cultivating. It's just because the contract's ended, he's not allowed to work on that field anymore. Okay. And we are going to need to empty the truck because we do not have 20,800 litres of space here. Alright, you're done. Stop that. Helper off. Open that gate. Oops. Run over here. Wander over here. Open that gate. Oops. Claim in the tractor and let's get this over to the next field. Alrighty. And go. Hey dude, and I'm going to jump out if you don't mind. I'll go shut the gates for you. AI worker is blocked by an object. That's probably me. That's that, and off he goes. Okay, good. That truck is filled. Oh, now try to wrangle this out of the field again. Try not to get cooked up on the ground. At least I know what I'm looking for this time. It's cool windmills. I could buy a windmill. Oh, actually. No, we'll keep driving for a minute. Just occurred to me we could probably collect that £15,000, which will put us on 46. Okay. Angle. Keep turning and try not to get stuck. Yay. Much better. Okay. So 78% done. I haven't been paying attention to contract completion so far. Because this should put us 60... $64. Yeah, we'll be 64% done, I think, with this load. We'll try and pay attention to that this time. Then what's the next thing? So I'm thinking we've still got 2 truckloads to bring up here. And empty. Emptying from the back. Contracts. Completed. Get paid. Thank you. And this one's not going to be 40 because we have to... we take a deduction for using their equipment. Okay. To the front. Okay, we're 80% done. And 80% transported. 81% complete. Okay. 80% transported is 6 5s are 30. I guess another load will put us on 96% transported. I can't do my 16 times table, so yeah, that's the 5th trip. And then one more trip, as I said, 96%, so we will be a little shy of finishing on the next load, I believe. Oh, I'm going to have to drive through the crop, aren't I? Yes. I have noticed that the harvester's not switching off when I drive a long way away from it, which is a good thing. Stop that there. And actually we're empty. Okay. Round to there. Turn that off. And harvester, go backwards. Brilliant. That one, that one, and go. And yep. I'm not seeing that I miss much of anything. It looks like there's weeds in this field. Something. I don't know, maybe not. If there were weeds in this field, they should be fully grown with the flowery bits on top and what have you. Anyway. So 20% to go. We did 5, so yeah, we should be at 96, 97%. We might get really lucky and complete it. Actually, that might be a thing. Obviously, I've got enough room in that truck for a full load from the harvester. So I should be able to finish the contract and I should be able to finish the harvesting, take a load down to the store, and then come back and collect what remains in the harvester. Okay. So like I said, I don't think the truck is full. Or I don't think the truck will be completely full when we throw 20,000 into it. Anyway, 1040. Listening to young child play. I think he went and woke Mrs. Osa up, so she'll be up and about shortly. I mean, she normally gets up around about 11-ish. Sometimes a little before, sometimes a little after, but, you know, ballpark 11-ish, so I tend to finish streaming at sometime between 11 and midday, depends how I feel. At the moment, my back is killing me. That's probably me being down in the basement, crawling under tables for the most of this week. Fortunately, I was supposed to get a procedure Tuesday this week, but I got an infection last week that put me on antibiotics. So I had to postpone my procedure because they can't do the procedure when you're on antibiotics. So, okay, fine. So that got rescheduled. That's going to happen on July 10th. I have to wait an entire month before I can get that done. And that's not even the final procedure. That's just a trial procedure to see if the main procedure will actually work. So I get that done, and then I have to schedule the main procedure, which could take upwards of a month to fit in. And that should address the pain in my back. It won't fix my back. It'll just help me ignore the fact that my back is getting old and not working properly. I'm not a big fan of doing that. I would prefer to fix the problem than just hide the problem, because the problem is still there. And pain usually indicates the problem is a problem that is just going to get worse. I mean, it's kind of like the warning light in your car. You know, check engine. Okay, yeah, still there. If you ignore that, whatever triggered the check engine has the potential of causing, or, you know, other problems occur because of that. Kind of like, you know, idiot friend of mine, had a problem with the engine, something, it's a problem with the engine. I think it was blowing the gasket. So rather than machining the top and bottom half of the engine, putting in a new gasket, she welded the top half of the engine to the bottom half of the engine. And then something else went wrong with the engine, and because she now couldn't take the top off the engine because she'd welded it to the bottom, I think the cylinder rings needed replacing. And it's like, yeah, now you've got to somehow figure a way to take the top off the engine that you welded to the bottom in order to get at the piston rings so you can change the rings. And maybe what you should have done was done it properly the first time rather than the budget job, because now your budget job is making the next job more expensive. Or don't replace, your oil needs replacing. No, I don't want to change my oil. Yeah, the engine seizes up is the next thing, and that's going to cost you way more than just changing the oil. I figure the similar sorts of things happen with the human body. If you've got pain, the pain is there for a reason. And if you ignore the pain, it doesn't fix the problem that's causing the pain. If you take painkillers, it masks the problem, or it masks the pain, so the pain is not disturbing you, but you could be aggravating whatever is causing the pain by not addressing it. So, like I said, I'm not a big fan of, hey, let's just hide the pain, because that will just make everything better. No, it doesn't make anything better. It just hides the pain. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it does mean that I can get some sleep, so the rest of my life isn't quite as problematic as it is at the moment. I mean, I wake up 3 or 4 times a night because of pain, so I'll get a good night's sleep. So quality of life will go up, but the back problem still not addressed. Okay, how is... Our cultivator is still going, so that's good.